All right, let's get started. We see just a 1, and we've seen all of it. Then we totally could be in this state. E goes to 1, and then there's my finger. That's where we are. We've already seen the 1. We're ready to apply this rule, E goes to 1. Everything here is fine. Here the input hasn't changed, and we have another state. But remember that we said before, depending on your point of view, when you see a 1, you could either be reducing a 1 to expression, or you could be completely done with parsing. 1 is in the language of this grammar. We normally think of things like 1 plus 2 minus 3, but the lowly 1 alone is in this grammar, S goes to E, E goes to 1, and this says, I finished parsing the string. Great. Now we just see a 1, but the state says, oh, I've seen an E and I've seen a plus, and I'm looking for an E in the future. This can't work because it requires us to have seen the plus. If I put my finger here, the plus is in the past, and I haven't seen any pluses in the input, so we can't make that work out. The next one has the same input, but a slightly different state. I've seen an E, and I'm looking for a plus and then another E. Yeah, I could totally imagine a plus followed by another E filling this out. That could work. So this is a possible state that we could be in. And we see 1 plus as the input. This is a little more complicated. And now, the one that we had to reject before suddenly becomes valid. If my finger is here, and E and a plus are in the past, here's the E, here's the plus, and I'm looking for some new expression in the future. This fits very well. The last one was a bit of a ringer. This was a bit of a trick question. It required you to have the definition well in hand. This looks very promising. I put my finger here and it says, oh, there's a 1 and a plus in the past and we're looking for an E. That all sounds good. But remember that the definition of a parsing state is that it's one of the rules from our grammar augmented with a single red dot. E goes to 1 plus E is not a rule in our grammar. The closest rule in our grammar is 5, which is E goes to E plus E. Every symbol matters. This can't be a valid parsing state because E goes to 1 plus E is not a rule in our grammar.